I needed a shadow. That's how dire it was. The first time I left to go to Rutgers University, which is not even 7 minutes away, I was scared. I just panicked. So I told the director, I said, I don't want to go by myself. And she said, well, what do you want me to do? We don't hold your hand and take you. That was like an epiphany for me. I was like, well, why not? You're in reentry. So why not hold my hand and take me to Rutgers University to make sure I know how to get there? Because if I miss a call time, I don't get back on time or whatever, you're gonna send me back for violating a rule. All I wanna know is how to do these things so I can do them for myself. And then help the next person that's going through the same process, do them for themselves and be there as well. I have done so many years in prison. I've been in almost every prison in New Jersey. So now I've seen lieutenants, sergeants, majors, administrators. When I got to the halfway house, it baffled me that the same administrators, lieutenants and things are now directors. If you're committed to a correctional ideology, but now you're working in reentry, and that's when I started realizing like, yo, this is an extension of the correctional machine. There's nothing therapeutic, there's nothing restorative or assistant in reentry about it.
I don't want you to get your shoes dirty.
On the grass, there's bugs in there. Come here on the side.
Mommy,
What, baby?
where are we going?
Home. Mommy got finished cooking.
Reentry, what I was told was they were going to help us with housing and job placement and helping us get all the stuff that we need when we came home, like insurance, food stamps. And honestly, when I came home, I got no help at all. The people that I've encountered that work for the halfway house and the reentry programs, it's like they're just there to get a paycheck. Like, don't care. There was really only one person, and that was the maintenance guy that was working at the halfway house. He was the only person there that's been incarcerated. The other staff that works there, as far as actually been incarcerated or know what we're going through, nobody. I saw how badly the system failed us. And especially for women, there's not a lot of help at all. They look at us like, oh, you're a mother. You've been through the hardest things in life, so this isn't nothing. They look at us like we're supposed to automatically be strong and be able to fend for ourselves when we come home, and it's not the case at all. Monday through Wednesday I'm in school, and then Thursday to Sunday I'm at work. It's a hard balance because I also have my children now home with me. So between the kids, school, working, it's a headache. I want to work within the justice system with inmates who've been incarcerated and are still having that mindset like they want to go back and that the system isn't going to help.
I served 30 years exactly. I went in when I was 18. When I came home, I was 49 years old. So it was a culture shock.
Okay. Well, let me know if you need help with that, because I can help you with that too. Might not have security.
Even though I had a support system for my family, they could not relate to the trauma that I was enduring, that I was dealing with. Just seeing and experiencing reentry from that spectrum, I saw a lot of gaps. The design is a one-fit-all. Having experienced that, I was like, wow, everybody has different needs. Some people are still dealing with addiction. Some people are dealing with family reunification. Like, some people come home and they have no family, right? So you get them a job, but they don't have nowhere to stay. Now they're working, but they're homeless. So these are issues that are not being addressed, and That was one of the reasons why we started the Returning Citizen Support Group, because we understood that one model does not fit every person. So we created a model where we deal with people individually.
We talk a lot about changing the narrative, and I think I'm given the first opportunity in my life to control the narrative. So today, I'm a senior at Rutgers University, graduating in May. I just landed a job in the Rutgers University as a research assistant for the Department of Urban Education. I'm only 40-something days removed from serving 30 years in prison since I was a 16-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? 40-something days removed. And I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to have these opportunities. Of course, it's only because of trailblazers like yourself, Carmelo, you know what I'm saying? Brothers that came before us, Ray Chavis and everything. And I got my first business card.
When I was in prison, 3 decades, 30 years straight, I saw people coming in and out of prison multiple times. When I came home, I said, wow, now I understand why people come back to prison, because they don't have a support system of people that they can relate to, they can understand their trauma. People like myself who are system impacted should be leading these movements, because in order for you to understand my struggles, my trauma, you have to have been able to walk in my shoes.
I never heard anything about New Jersey reentry program. I never heard anything about a program that was giving us on-job training when we come home from prison. I never heard any of that. I'm not a low-level offender, so maybe they didn't contact me because of that, or they probably didn't even look. I was one of the ones they considered the juvenile predators. And I did all that time, but I still educated myself with a mandatory minimum sentence that didn't put me in a position to have to get myself together. Mandatory minimum means you do day for day. There's no earning good credit. There's no earning jail time, comp time, or none of that no more. They stopped all that. So now when you do time and you do good, you only do it because you want to do good. I could have been in prison for 28 years and just been violent. And I would have still came home 28 years later. So what's the incentive for a person to get himself together in prison, except that he really want to get himself together? The lifers, the mandatory minimums, the guys that's doing over 10, 15 years, those are the guys that's trying to change the culture, but you're not giving them the opportunity. We've been locked up 20, 30, 40 years. We don't understand this world. I'm fortunate enough to be right here with my family, but everybody don't have that. They coming home without nothing. So I try to send money to guys out my pocket. If I didn't have the support I had, I'd probably be there too.
On the inside, you gave me a book. I took notes, I wrote in the margins, I turned in papers. On the outside, I was forced to navigate all types of websites and technology that I've never seen in my life. The world is run on computers now, instant information. That's not taught in those programs on the inside. Everything is geared towards drug addiction and abusive behaviors and aggressive behaviors. But for most of us, we've purged those behaviors long ago in our incarceration. Like after our second or third year, we realized and matured and atoned to where we weren't engaging in those behaviors anymore. So now we need real life experiences, and we weren't getting that in any of those programs. It's important now to be a member of the credentialed class, only because credentials are still, valuable in this society. But I also have the existential experience, so I just want to help marginalized communities in any way I can. I just got a job as a caseworker, so I know I'll be doing the work hands-on.